It's that time once again. I haven't seen the driver transfers just yet. I just clicked on the screen, and already, whoa. Pascal Rousseau, a 55 overall rated driver, will now take the wheel of a two-time consecutive Constructors' Championship winning McLaren alongside Oliver Behrman. So McLaren had Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri. Piastri has taken his talents to Red Bull to partner Max Verstappen on a, 4-year, $34 million contract? Oh, 5-year long. Wow. What's next? So obviously we've picked up Carlos Sainz. Liam Lawson has departed our services to go over to RB, who finished 4th in the championship as they retained Kevin Magnussen. Looking a little farther down, Williams retained their lineup. Zhou Guanyu is back in Formula One. Thankfully, our buddy Zhou back with Aston Martin there in their second car. Charles Leclerc partners Esteban Ocon at Kick Sauber. Look for them to be a very, very good team. Ferrari have Lando Norris and Lili Papani. Logan Sargent has gone to Mercedes to partner Kimi Antonelli. Valtteri Bottas and Lance Stroll remain at Haas. And Jack Doohan and Alex Albon complete the grid with Alpine.
Welcome to Signee. Doesn't it feel good to be back? As we start a brand new season, the slate is wiped clean, and the team's prepared to make an instant impact heading into an exciting year. There's now a rookie on the McLaren team, which is both an opportunity and a challenge. Let's see what the weekend has in store. Here we go with the Bahrain Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Away we go. In 2027, we locked out the second row of the grid. Carlos Sainz with a horrible start, but we'll move. So George Russell, soft, medium. For Carlos Sainz, the inverse, medium, soft. Hopefully no calamities here at turn 1. Looks like George Russell's already going to go up into P2 ahead of Max Verstappen. This is our year. This is how we get it off. So P2 and P6. Let's see where we go from here.
Struggling with a car. What caused that, I wonder?
Nice and early in the pit lane this time. Onto a set of soft compound rubber. Thus far, a pretty much perfect first stint here for George Russell. 2.1 seconds. Yes, and going to get held up by Lando Norris. Absolutely perfectly executed there for George Russell. Carlos Sainz will also be coming in this time by to complete the first round of pit stops, and the Spaniard will cycle himself out in P14. I'm going to assume people haven't pitted yet.
I'm an idiot.
2.3 second pit stop there for George Russell. He is down the way going to the end of this Grand Prix on a set of medium compound rubber. Carlos Sainz, however, we've got a lot of batteries saved up, and he will be finishing this race on a brand new set of soft compound rubber. Mr. Chile might have actually cooked here, so he'll be coming in this time by as well. We'll go full push here with George Russell just to get those tires fired up. But Carlos Sainz coming into the pit lane this time by. Verstappen has continued on. Interesting. Well, 2.2 seconds down and away for Carlos Sainz. He will come out just ahead, surprisingly, of George Russell. Both these guys go to the end. I don't like this. Hopefully Leclerc doesn't put up too much of a fight. We'll put George rather on aggressive as well. Carlos is up to P4. We've got 20% better tires than Oscar Piastri. He'll have to pass his replacement, or I guess the guy that he replaced in Liam Lawson. But I mean, Piastri rather is right there, and Verstappen is still going to continue on dead tires. There we go. Yeah, Max is just dropping like a rock. I'd imagine Carlos is going to have a relatively easy time passing his former Red Bull teammate. Yeah, easy. There it goes. Puncture. I'm amazed. I have no idea what Red Bull were doing. This obviously wasn't going to work. They're going to bring him in now, surely. A little late, but even still, for ourselves, P4 and P3 now, we can win this Grand Prix. So he will have DRS. We'll put him on full attack. If he can break away, this would be the time to do it. Up the inside of Oscar Piastri. Can we hold it? Yellow flags for something. Not for us, hopefully. Yes, Carlos, go! Meanwhile, Red Bull is imploding. Also, we got ahead of Liam Lawson. There it goes. We broke a DRS with Carlos Sainz, and we're also going to overtake Piastri here with George Russell. Well, I gave my word. Full attack. Full attack. There's no battery to get involved with this. We'll put both of them on full aggression, which is, I think, what would be realistic for IRL. I'm a little nervous, but
Let's have 100.
I don't know if Russell's close enough. I don't. Oh!
Russell will have the.
It's always this corner that bad things happen. Oh! He squeezed him! I think that should be enough. I think Carlos is going to get it. Wow. After the horrible years that he spent at Mercedes, we have saved him. We have found a diamond in the rough. Carlos Sainz on debut for Genesis. 1-2 finish and the win. Let's fucking go. Oh, thank God they didn't kill each other.
Just the perfect end to what has been a thrilling race.
Ole, 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 ole. Carlos, Carlos. Nice. Well, 1-2 to kick off the season. Our new arrival wins on debut. George Russell comes up, and no team orders were called. They were full aggression. Carlos just got the better of him, so take that. Piastri P2, lost in P4 on debut for RB. A disastrous race for Red Bull, who will come home 15th. We cook.
Now, wasn't that a seriously good drive from Carlos Sainz?
Incredible. That was a really well-deserved win. They got their race strategy absolutely spot on.
We may see these kind of scenes a lot in Formula One, but it's easy to forget just what it means to the whole team. And with that, the Sainz name remains engraved in F1 history.
It gets even better for the team, with both drivers scoring a podium finish this weekend.
And we've certainly kicked things off in style here at the Bahrain Grand Prix. We're now moments away from this, the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go.
Away we go again. Carlos Sainz riding the high off of his inaugural win with Genesis qualifies on the pole position, whilst George Russell only P7. As you can see, the exact same strategy for both drivers, medium onto soft compound rubber. Essentially the exact same lap, just kind of depends on what the situation winds up happening. So always the possibility of a safety car and or a red flag. Just got to go fast. Just drove into the wall. Yikes. Not a good look, and we've got a safety car. Pretty much all this becomes now. We either go soft, or hard to the finish. That's what this boils down to right now. And I'll be honest, I don't really know what I want to do. Here we go. Going to be a very busy pit lane here. Unfortunately, we are going to have to double stack. Carlos Sainz will have to wait, but I think this is going to be the right call. What's going to be interesting here is whether or not the AI put their cars on hards or softs. Piastri has gone hards. Verstappen is, I believe, is also on a set. No, he's on a used set of softs. Gasly's gone medium. Bottas has gone hards, and we've gone softs. Zhou you stays down on a set of mediums. I don't know. Safety cars come in, and we've got a new running order. As you can see, everybody except for Jack Doohan, Logan Sargent, and Max Verstappen are on new tires, virtually. Max, for sure, is going to the end. I think everybody that's not on a set of hards is going to go to the end of this Grand Prix. For those on mediums, it will be close, but I would imagine everybody more or less still has one stop to go. So still a long way to go in this race. Just got to keep the Red Bulls in sight.
And oh, there's contact with the barrier. Well, they may have been keen to leave their mark, but I think that was a little too literal.
Once again, I'm not going to make a joke, but that has brought out the safety car, and we've got a sort of good situation, so both guys are going to have to come in. Sainz, once again, is going to get the short end of the stick, but there's really not much that we can do about it. Piastri's got this race by the balls. I was going to say I'd be surprised if Red Bull did not bring him in for a set of softs, or at least a set of medium compound tires. It's going to be a set of softs there for the Australian. So in we come. No mistakes, 2.5 seconds, not too bad. Hopefully the damage to Sainz isn't going to be too crazy. Piastri will lead the race off pit road. Verstappen will cycle out in P2 on a pretty heavily worn set of mediums, and we will cycle out P3 with George Russell and P6 with Carlos Sainz. It's going to be a 10-lap shootout here to end this Grand Prix. As you can see, everybody, at least in some form, is on a decent set of tires inside the top 10, except for Max Verstappen. If Red Bull are smart, you kind of just got to sacrifice Max's race to ensure that Piastri can come away with this race win, but we'll see what happens for P3 and P6. There goes Sainz up to P5. We've also gotten ahead of Max Verstappen, but the problem is Red Bull did use him as a very effective roadblock. Anyways, Piastri's 3.5 seconds up the road. The win's pretty much out of the cards. We're fighting for P2.
And the winner today, it's Oscar Piastri.
What an achievement! Sometimes you take the incredible skill of these drivers for granted, but not today.
Well played, Red Bull. Well played. Piastri wins. Russell will come home P2. Max Verstappen, in all of his driving talent, skill, wisdom, whatever you want to call it, comes home P3. Carlos Sainz is going to come home 8th.
Okay, that's a
Eighth.
flag. Well done.
And up he goes, George Russell joining the podium lineup after a memorable Grand Prix.
And with that result, it marks their second podium of the season.
Brace yourselves for the Australian Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Away we go. They did a direct swap. George Russell qualifies on the pole position here for the first time this season, and Carlos Sainz qualifies down in P7. As you can see, for George, it's going to be medium, hard, soft. For Carlos Sainz, it's going to be soft, hard, medium. Hopefully nobody on the outside of turn 2, as that tends to be where all the drama happens. So we have a good car. Once again, as long as they don't fuck the strategy, we can win.
And the car just locks. But that's just the risk you take. The later you leave it. The Ferrari. Oh, and the car with a nasty crash into the barrier.
Ouch. Lily with a hard hit into the wall, the exit of whatever corner that is. And we've got a safety car and people in the pit lane. So I'll be honest, I'm a little surprised. Ooh, Piastri's getting held up. It's going to hold up Verstappen as well. W's for the moment. But yeah, I'm surprised as many people are pitting as there are. Everybody that pitted went onto a harder compound of tire. Mostly hards. A couple guys opted for mediums. I can only assume that means that the AI are going to opt to do a one stop to the end of this Grand Prix, going hards medium, I think. Probably. Once again, not really used to where we are in the pit lane being so early. Carlos Sainz comes in a little bit early onto a set of hard compound rubber. If we stayed out there, we were going to get eaten alive. So at least we're somewhat even with what these guys are doing, but some of those that pitted are slowly starting to creep their way inside the front runners. And I believe... yeah, Sonoda's the first one that's pitted so far. Pit stop time here for Mr. Russell. I don't know. I don't really know where we are on the net. 2.2 seconds. Pretty good stop there from our boys in bronze. Out of the pit lane now in P17, right behind Carlos Sainz. I'm a little concerned.
And the car fails to respond. And they ended up their own passenger.
This is not going well. Yikes. Yikes. Well, Charles Leclerc has retired from this Grand Prix with mechanical problems, and we've got another safety car. We're saved. Sort of. In comes the safety car. McLaren are going to take a gamble here with Oliver Behrman. He will stay out on his existing set. I believe everybody else more or less has come in and fitted a different, maybe not necessarily new, but a different set of tires. For ourselves, Russell's got to one-stop this to the end. He's got to go full bore and then continue going full bore after the pit stop, and then Carlos Sainz just putt-putts to the end. Hopefully we can find some pace at some point. Final pit stop in this race underway for George Russell onto a brand new set of soft compound rubber. This is where we, yeah, of course we got. Why wouldn't we get held up? Not bad, and we'll get Jack 2 in here, or I guess this is Alex Albon. So up to P8 for now. It's still going to be really close on tires, and we'll see what is everybody else doing about the same. So on merit, we're somehow keeping up now. I don't know where this was earlier, but better late than never.
The opportunity's there.
George Russell finds himself in this nasty train trying to get inside the top 10. I genuinely have no idea how we're on the verge of points, but there we go, up ahead of Alex Albon. Can we get ahead of Vesti as well? We can. DRS on Antonelli around the outside at T1, has him cleared. All right. Around the outside.
3 laps.
There goes George.
And there's the checkered flag. Max Verstappen is our winner.
Well, it was never certain, but if anything, that must make the victory taste even sweeter.
3 races, 3 winners. Max Verstappen breaks the horrible start to his season and wins down under in Australia. Piastri will come home P2. Lawson will come home P3. 2 Anzacs on the podium.
Okay.
I think the curse has been broken for ourselves. I mean, P7 and P8, considering the first 2 races, I'd be really pissed. But considering we were looking at 0 points today, I think we did a pretty good job recovering. So not too bad for the first episode. I'll see you guys for episode number 2.
And no doubt, Verstappen fans will be celebrating the Dutchman's achievement.
That gives them their first win of the season, and it was really well deserved.
Well, it wasn't exactly a walk in the park, but it was a thrilling weekend here for us all at the Australian Grand Prix.